Zaake, Kalega. I'm the Commissioner in charge of internal trade in the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives. Here to represent the Permanent Secretary and the Honorable Minister on this occasion. I want first of all to thank the press for being here in time and giving us an opportunity to present to you and the nation at large the exhibition, the first of its kind, of refugees. Representatives of government agencies here present, especially the Office of the Prime Minister and others, the private sector, the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, Uganda, our sponsors, including Finchurch Aid, Centenary Bank, Grow Project, Enable International, JICA, Plan International, Action, and others that I have not mentioned. Ladies and gentlemen, the Minister says that I wish to welcome you all to this media briefing in which we are featuring the inaugural Refugee and Host Communities exhibition due to take place this weekend at Motive Grounds in Bugolobi, and this occasion is going to begin on the 12th of December up to the 14th of December 2025. The exhibition has been organized by the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives in partnership with the Office of the Prime Minister and supported by the development partners of whom I have mentioned above. The theme of this first of its kind exhibition of refugees and host communities. People might think we are not only looking at refugees, but even the communities that host these refugees. The theme for the first of this kind is exhibiting innovation and value addition products by refugees and host communities for business opportunities and policy reforms. Why did we choose this? We chose this because if you look at the Refugee Act that has been signed by government of 2006, grants refugees an opportunity to engage in agriculture, industry, handicraft and commerce, and to establish commercial and industrial companies in line with applicable laws. So what refugees are doing is provided for in the law. But you should also recall that the government of Uganda, through the Office of the Prime Minister, has already made a pledge in December 2003 in Geneva, 2023, to establish over 300,000 sustainable economic opportunities for refugees and host communities for self-reliance and resiliency among refugees and host communities. Now, the major objective of this exhibition is one, to promote entrepreneurship by inspiring and equipping refugees and host communities and entrepreneurs with business development skills and access to financing opportunities. But also, this exhibition is going to be used to avail a platform for policy engagement and dialogue, among others, for more inclusive and enabling business environment. During the exhibition, we shall also create awareness among stakeholders of the potential of the refugees to work, and also to promote market access and business partnerships between refugees and the private sector. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Uganda, under the National Development Plan 4, has, among other programs, underscored the need for integration of refugees into government programs with the aim of improving access to essential services and more improved livelihood. The National Development Plan also, among others, emphasizes the strategic partnership and collaboration to enable refugees and host communities benefit on improved services such as health, education, sanitation, among others. The exhibition, therefore, is one of the strategies that the government of Uganda has developed to achieve the above-captioned aspirations for refugees and host communities. I therefore take this opportunity to thank the development partners for allowing to partner with government to enable strategically plan and implement crucial interventions aimed at supporting refugees and host communities, especially in a number of sites, including but not limited to Rhino, Changwali, and the Nachivale refugee camps, among others. All of these refugee camps with support from these development partners. And we expect over 300 enterprises for both refugees and host communities. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this exhibition, what we hope to have achieved is we hope to have equipped refugees and host communities with relevant information and documentation on trade and investment facilitation, knowledge on applicable procedures to undertake businesses in Uganda, including business licensing, registration, fiscal policy, tax standards, and any other dated information for purposes of growing their businesses. But we also expect to have provided a platform for refugees to give input and contribute to policy dialogue. But we should also be able to get market for the refugees' products, such that people out there are able to know that refugees have good products that can be sold and they can get some income and live a better standard of living. And finally, after this exhibition, we hope to have made preferential financing opportunities for the refugees. With those few remarks, I implore you, fellow Ugandan institutions, local refugee manufacturers, and service providers to fully support the government of Uganda's agenda on the refugees. I also appeal to the general public to come to the motive grounds from 12th to 14th December 2025 to witness and access products by the refugees and host communities. We expect to see a lot of innovation by these refugees and quality products. Please be there. You will see a lot of innovation and quality. The event will also provide you with an opportunity to engage in business deals and shall help boost the refugees and the entire economy at large. And with that, I thank you for listening, for God and my country.
But also on behalf of the civil society, NGOs, development partners, my name is Musochi Lillian Mate. I work with Fin Church Aid Uganda, which is an implementing partner for the UN Refugee Agency. But outside that, with quite a number of programs across the refugee settlements under the thematic areas of education, self-reliance, livelihood, and peace. With that said, currently Uganda is heading towards 2 million refugees hosted across the 13 refugee settlements and also the urban settings in Kampala. And we want to make this note, noting that I'm representing both the private sector and the development partners, that this exhibition comes at a very critical time. The humanitarian assistance has come down drastically, like you have been reading and seeing across the media, with food cuts as well, and with lots of challenges. But yet Uganda remains open through its open door policies to having refugees across the country, and we appreciate the government of Uganda for that. And therefore this exhibition comes at a critical time for the Uganda refugee response and the private sector development. Uganda continues to uphold one of the world most progressive refugee policies. But the real engine of this, and we want to believe that the solutions to the refugee problem is currently self-reliance, which comes with economic opportunities, and that is exactly what the exhibition seeks to unlock. For the next 3 days, coming on 12th to 14th, refugees and the host communities will be able to showcase innovation and value-added products produced by the entrepreneurs. As partners, we have ensured that We support refugees with self-reliance innovations and currently looking at the creative industries, food and agriculture, financial assistance that comes in, the crafting, renewable energy, creative industry I have mentioned, among others. Without a doubt, we want to see that at the end of the 3 days, the policymakers remain committed and giving us those policies that are enabling the refugees to stimulate their entrepreneurship skills, see that the job market is accessible to refugees as well. The exhibition also, we want to see that out of the economic empowerment, small business holders are able to expand and receive the access to markets, increase productivity, and the policy system and the environment itself, using evidence from real businesses to advocate for more enabling environment, addressing issues linked to finance access, licensing of these businesses, business linkages, and supportive regulation. We look forward to everyone participating in the high-level policy dialogue of 12th December, which will encompass and see that inclusiveness is part of it, to see that donors, the government itself that is hosting this event, the UN Refugee Agency, among other actors, development and private sector. As I conclude, as humanitarian and development partners, including the private sector, we recognize that fostering enterprise growth is not just charity. It is good economics. It strengthens both local markets, enhances self-reliance, and builds pathways to self-reliance. And to that, we want to see dignity of refugees, not just beggars, but their skills realized and contributing to this economy. You will see the number of refugees actually that are contributing to this economy tremendously. And with that said, we want to see less of handouts but more potential cultivated from the refugees and host community. Thank you so much. See you all at the exhibition. I remain Musochi Lillian Mate. Thank you. Transformation but also peaceful coexistence is part, as development partners, designing all programs for refugees. We ensure that we have conflict transformative programs. And in terms of trade right now, these are some of the measures that are bringing cohesion, because if I'm buying from you on a daily, you should be able to make sure that we coexist. I know, Kitimbo, you've seen some of the news that came from Chiriandongo, where we have had vividly some conflicts that happened, but amongst refugees, because the context is different from West Nile, where it is the local communities who are landlords. Yeah? So if the local community has given schools, land for schools, land for farming, our mandate is to see that we have conflict transformation mainstreamed in every program, including health. And so that is what I can give, that the government of Uganda implores all partners working within the settlements that our programs should be accommodative, ensuring that from the onset of the emergency, we let the communities know that the refugees are here. And I know some of the conflicts also span from the fact that Ugandans will feel that the refugees have taken their space. But this exhibition is there to enlighten with substantive data, how many refugees are employed, how many Ugandans are benefiting. I'm a Ugandan and I've been in this operation for the last 16 years. And therefore, as media and the press, the issue of informing public about peaceful coexistence is key to this trade fair as well, I believe. Thank you.